Hello everyone. I'm literally like, my entire nervous system is trembling. I'm clammy. I can literally feel how my heart is beating. There is a really important time-sensitive message that I know the people who are meant to see it are going to be so thankful that this message came through. It's coming for you. You've been asking for something. You've been asking for something, you've been asking for something, you've been asking for something. And I have to be the bearer of great news today. So there is an importance in this message. There's a time sensitivity that Spirit has asked me to bring through. And I haven't been on live in a long time. I've been really turning my eyes in. I've been taking care of my health. I've been really replenishing a lot of distortion in my field. And so to come here today with a time-sensitive message, there's this energy of urgency to it. And so I'm excited to dive in with you all as I feel like there's something that you've been asking to know, and we're going to dive into it, okay? So the first thing that's immediately coming through is that you are in a position right now that you have to follow through with. So there's a position that Spirit has been moving you into over the last, 3 to 5 months. Really, since September, there's been an intensity of transformation. Can you resonate with that? It's like one thing after the next thing after the next thing. It's like anything that was obstructing the full, complete alignment of your natural path has been completely resolved. And so for a lot of you, it's put you in this place of vulnerability with your trust in the universe, vulnerability in the trust of your timing, vulnerability in the trust of your decisions. There's been this energy of, I know that I'm supposed to be playing in this like wild landscape of pure unknown, but I'm trepidatious because of the fact that I really don't have the trust that I did. Now, the thing is, the things that you were once trusting weren't actually authentic. You were trusting in money to lead you. You were trusting in certain relationships to lead you. You were trusting in certain people to lead you. There was this element of disempowerment, but that doesn't exist anymore. Now you understand, because of the fact that you're housing so much unknown in your body, like nothing you ever have, that this is a complete you versus you game. And so Spirit has been putting you in this position. And you know what this position is. It's the position where you make new moves that are in actual alignment with something that scares the shit out of you. I don't know how else to explain that. That's the way that it's coming through. This position will require you to move in ways that perhaps you haven't moved before. It'll ask you to level up and to decide in directions that maybe you don't feel completely confident in. But this position is in alignment with a completely elevated timeline for you and timelines moving forward. And in these timelines moving forward, you are in like the perfect alignment with your higher self. You see, that's why I'm buzzing, because this message is so important. It's so important that you follow the nudge of the direction that you're being guided to right now. This is not a time to wait until the new year. This is not a time to pause. This is not a time to, let me think about it. This is not a time for hesitation. This is a time for movement. Because you're in a position right now that is claiming your throne as the leader of the new earth and the leader that you came here to hold position of. Through the distortion of so much of the fields around you that didn't serve you, you're literally sitting in this perfect pocket right now, and you can feel it. Because there's more unknown than there's ever been, and yet you feel peace. There's more unknown than there has ever been, and yet you feel peace. Some of you are oscillating between peace and panic, peace and panic, peace and panic. But for the most part, you are in a pocket of peace that is a position that you were destined to be in so that you could lead the next wave of what's coming in 2023. Whew. So this message is for you if you have been resting on your laurels in some decisions that are very obviously time sensitive. And this is your confirmation to move. You are no longer a coward. You are no longer holding space for worry. You are no longer playing this game with what if. You know. Now, can you be the person who does what they know? Or are you going to continue to pretend that you're somebody who doesn't know? I want to see if there's something else here. Okay, so instantly I saw the reversal of the clock. A lot of you are like looking at the past in order to decide the direction that you're about to take. And that's what we do. We collect and gather evidence from what we know to decide whether or not we're going to move into something that we don't know, which is backwards. Why would we look to the past to decide what we're going to do with the future? But what Spirit is saying is that when you move from that clear, decisive energy, when you're in the peace pocket, is what Spirit's saying. When you're in the peace pocket, and you move from that space, time is going to speed up so fast for you, you're going to have no fucking idea what hit you. Everything is going to look different in an instant because you're already in the position that you're meant to be in. Stop looking and gathering evidence in the past of how things may or may not work out. You're in a time-sensitive pocket where you're in a necessity energy that is requiring you to move the moment it feels like peace. And trust that your trust is going to be rebuilt because you're very fragile right now. God has literally stripped you of every single comfort zone you've ever had. So it is a fair assumption to say that you probably feel quite naked to trust. That your trust is going to grow like a weed the moment that you follow the direction and the speed. The moment you feel peace, move. This is not a time to hesitate. It's not a time to hesitate. And the more that you hesitate, the more you're claiming a position that is not actually where God wants you. Being naked is the frequency of 2023. The more naked you are, the more magnetic you are. We are seeing and cutting through the barbed wire of illusion in the worlds that seem shiny, but they are not actually shiny in truth. 2022 was the year of like, who are you backstage? Because who you are backstage is what I feel from you on stage. And so there became this dissonance. We started to notice people who were like, I don't know, you say this, but I feel this. You know, I feel like it should be like this, but what I'm really sensing is this. There's an incongruency for a lot of people because they weren't actually being in embodiment. True embodiment isn't mechanical, it's extremely nonlinear. Every day there's different medicines. When you see people who are still in like this structured rigidity, you're probably like, but they have all these great results, but why doesn't that work for me? Because they're not actually moving in rhythm with true embodiment. They're moving in rhythm with mechanical linearity, which is old earth. And so you've been pulled away from these people who are not actually in authentic alignment with who they are backstage and on stage. And so this year for you has been literally all about clearing anything that is inauthentic to you. Cleaning it up backstage and then authentically sharing it on stage, cleaning it up backstage and authentically sharing it on stage, so that there's no difference between who you are and then who you're portraying yourself as. And so the more that you are living in authentic alignment with who you truly are in the back end and in the forefront, now you're seeing all of the distortion around you, which has helped you claim a new position as a leader because you know your zone of genius, you know what you're here to share, you know what makes you different, and now you're being guided to act. But the challenge in this is the way that you're going to act is going to be behaviorally different than what you're used to, so you're going to feel vulnerable. Vulnerable yet not fragile. Vulnerable but protected. Vulnerable but readied. Spirit's saying that you're going to pick up the clothes as you go. It's not like, okay, let me just clothe myself before I step into this next paradigm. That is not the new energies. The new energies is like, God's got me naked, so let's fucking go for it. When I am me unapologetically, I am my most magnetic. Everything follows my lead. And as I go, I will gather. You understand? As I go, I will gather. Spirit saying one more time, as I go, I will gather. Don't gather, then go. This movement is quick, not slow. So whatever you're like resting on your laurels about, get the fuck up. Period. I say it with love because it's time sensitive and it's time for you. It's time for you to shine like the divine that you are. It's time for you to trust that you have gathered enough berries to be able to gift back to the world. You have gathered so much knowledge this year that is crystal clear. And trust me when I tell you, from the brief amount of information I've channeled about 2023, it's destiny. Healers, medicine workers, true heart-centered leaders. It is our time. 2022 is the tower after the tower after the tower after the tower after the tower. Working from crown to base, clearing and cleansing literally everything that was blocking you from true embodiment. So you could be rectified of your control, finally. So you could be naked to your divinity. So that you could be absolved of distortion. And now is your time to move, because when I tell you you are designed to shine, this is your time. You've done enough work. You've cleared enough space. You've moved enough pieces. And there's something that you know that you are waiting to go, and this is your confirmation. Let's see if there's anything Spirit wants to say. How does this feel? Are you like, oh my God, my kids are hot? Or you're like, why am I here? All perspectives are welcome, so long as they are centered in the heart. Okay, I'm being guided to pull a card for you all. Hold on. Okay, so from this oracle deck, I don't know if anyone else has this oracle deck. I love this oracle deck. Good, I'm glad this is resonating. Good. Because I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. So. Okay. Is it in this? Yeah, okay. Number 13, 1-3. If you're seeing a lot of 1-3s, it's 10-13 on my clock. 10 being new cycles. 13 being 1-3 alignment, mind, body, soul. It's time to move. Number 1, initiation. Oh my God, duh. Nobody's surprised here. Okay, this card says trust in the plan. Trust in the plan. 13 is my number. Yes! In preparation for radical growth, there can be temporary disorder and chaos. Whilst the mind may worry that something is going wrong, the spirit knows that this is the way for the old to disassemble so the new can be formed. Although you may feel out of control during such times, you do not need to resist the process. There is no need to attempt to impose your own sense of order upon the greater plan. What has been cleared away in preparation for the next chapter of your life. Have faith. All is well. Your energy is meant to be withdrawing from what it once supported. This is not abandonment or betrayal, nor is it selfish. It is honest. When you trust in your spiritual growth, all that happens is love. That means that even an apparent loss always serves love, whether that is immediately obvious or not. It is sometimes necessary for both parties to become free to live their true destiny. You are divinely scheduled to evolve at this point of your life. Can you sense an exciting growth phase happening for you? There is another way for you to live, to be, to thrive, and love in the world, and you are rapidly healing towards it. This is a time to surrender control and allow a higher power to direct your course. You can flow with the changes in loving trust. Your perfect time for resurrection will follow this deconstruction, and it will happen in the perfect way. Trust in the plan. Move. Move, move, move. You are wiser than you've been. You are greater than you've known. Grab the torch. Move the energy. It is time, Lightworker. You done the work. There's nothing left for you to hold on to. You lead, money follows. You lead, life follows. You lead, clients follow. You lead, God follows. You understand? Not once I have my clothes, then I'll move. God has me naked right now, and I feel like I need to move. I move. And I trust that I will gather as I go. This is not a season of I'm clothed and then I move. It's I follow the lead of God's direction and I gather as I go. And trust me when I tell you, the less that you're looking for evidence from the past to clarify if it's time for you to move, you are going to sprout like a bean faster than you have ever known. Yes. I receive. The drought is over. Drink your agua. It is time for you to shine. So if you needed a confirmation today, this message was time sensitive. So I pray that it found you, and I encourage you to have the bravery to move. Coward is no longer in your bones. It's not. So stop pretending it is and just fucking move. Cleansing breath all the way into the body. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this message today, coming in the perfect time and in the perfect way. Good. The best things come when you least expect it. I love you. I pray that this message is like dong, perfect time, because it's time sensitive for a reason. That's it for today. Enjoy these codes and let them marinate. Take some time before you just go on to the next thing, okay? Let this land. How would I move if I actually followed the direction that God is asking of me? And I am a brave soul. I can do this. Good. I love you.